Hey, good afternoon. Jason Phillips from Auto Appraise. Working a little backwards today. We're going to go for a test drive quicker than normal. 1951 Ford F1 pickup truck. Beautiful metallic Toyota Prius color. That's where you see this. If you've never seen it on an F1 truck, I can tell you that. The truck is a comprehensive restoration, frame off. Some pretty cool stuff's been done to it. I'll talk about the exterior details, but we got to pump the airbags up in a minute. Let's start with the suspension. We got a Mustang 2 style front end. Components are nicely detailed. These control arms look like they've been touched up and repainted silver not too long ago. Ball joints, tie rod ends, suspension all appears to be in good shape. I'd put some clear paint on that just to keep it from rusting up. Frame rails are nice. You can see that they've channeled out of the way there for the rack and pinion to drop down nicely. Done the same thing in the rear. The underbody really speaks for itself. I could stop recording right now and you'd get the idea. But I'll cover this for the potential purchaser that is about to embark on purchasing it. Should he decide after this video is shot that it's suitable to him. This video stays private until he makes a decision, then it'll go out there for the public to see. So if you're calling me asking, hey, where is this truck? Is it for sale? How much? It's probably going to be sold by the time you see it. Maybe not. Jason Phillips from Auto Appraise Inspection. Starting with the underbody. 4-speed Ford overdrive transmission, 302. A little bit of shininess on the edge of the pan there, as you can see, but no active leaks were seen in the ground. Truck's been here over 2.5 hours parked. Same thing with the front and rear main seals. No leaks seen there. Engine paint's in nice shape. You can see gasket edges and surfaces are in good shape, so there's very little road time on this motor. I heard it run earlier. It sounds good. Airbag suspension, front and rear, controlled from inside a glove box. We'll show you that in a minute. From the back side, you can see that we got fiberglass running boards. We got fiberglass fenders, front and rear. We got a steel cab, steel doors, steel tailgate, steel box, Dana rear end. All that's been nicely repainted silver, as has the drive shaft and the ladder bar style suspension. Exhaust is in good shape, aluminized. It's routed really nicely and tightly. Turned down right there underneath the rear bumper. So there we have the underbody. Frame rails are done up nice. You can see the you get up here, you can see the channeling cut section nicely for the drop there. And then the frame rails are boxed in the rear. Everything's boxed in really nice. The workmanship seems to be pretty high quality. Real good looking driver. While I'm laying down here on the ground, there's a little 1/2 inch cut in the paint here. A little bit of prep flaw in various locations. The painter, whoever did the truck, did a real nice job, applied the paint professionally. He stayed off some of these lower areas so he didn't wheel through or sand through or cut through and have to repaint. Good for him. That being said, there's a little bit of modeling here in this driver's door along the edge. Some along the top here I'll show you, but nothing too detracting. These fiberglass fenders have a few small kind of pock holes, pits in them that didn't get completely filled, but you've got to be down here looking really close at some of the small little pock marks that are unfinished, and a little bit of shrinkage in some of the priming and blocking, but generally speaking the body was blocked out really nice and straight. A quick look under the back of the truck and then we'll get rolling. Fuel tank's in real nice shape, clean. Lines are clean, brake lines, fuel lines, etc. Backing plates are all cleaned up and painted. Shocks are newer. And again, you get to see a little bit of the cutting and boxing action on the frame. Wooden bed has been raised up to accommodate for some of the frame modifications. Inside the bed's painted white, painted nicely. A few small little chips and scratches along the bedside. They actually use this bed as a box, or use this box as a bed rather. Gate works nicely. Little plastic clip here is missing off the retracting pin. This one is here. There's an extra one there, but it doesn't fit. A little bit of general wear. I could clean up a little bit in the box. Nothing horrible. If you had a pickup truck, you'd probably use it like a pickup truck, right? Little slight scratch here in the glass. Few marks there. Otherwise, the door glass looks real nice, front and rear. There's a small scratch in the windshield right here that leaves a reflection on the dash. It's not a scratch in the paint, it's a scratch in the windshield. A few small paint chips here on the door frame. Let's go riding. All right, we're hitting the road.
We'll just go backwards like we normally do.
Sounds good.
Get up here, come to a complete stop.
Yeah, sounds good. Speedometer appears to be working, hands off the wheel. First and second, nice smooth shift. Brakes are applying nicely. Aftermarket power booster, master.
It's unbelievable how easy the brakes work with minimal touch.
That's what it felt like to me in the parking lot too.
Yeah, it's really awesome. It feels like a new braking system.
Yeah, speedometer is turning digitally, showing 16,293. Tach appears to be working. Gauges are all functioning. We're not up to temperature yet, but we just started it up. The squeaking you hear is behind me. It's the seat making contact with the back wall. So the seat might be able to come up a little bit if that's annoying to you. Interior of the truck was completely repainted. The visors were eliminated. All of the trim inside the truck is in nice shape. This was an original steering wheel. It was redone. A few small hairline cracks still in the stem and a few little nicks and marks in the wear of the wheel. Hidden inside here we have the airbag suspension switches and gauges. And they're aired up at roughly 90, it looks like 80 to 90. Glove box has the original VIN tag mounted in it. Liner's still in it. Feels pretty good, not too many clunks or bunks going on. Brake lights were working, turn signals appeared to be working as they should. Quick acceleration seems to be dialed in nicely. exhaust has kind of a medium rumble, nothing too throaty. Blast packs. Low car shifter. It's a 302 Ford with a overdrive transmission. No shift kit is really noted, in case I didn't mention that before. Hold the road nice and tight, doesn't it?
Sure does. Yeah, I mean, it's a Vanguard car, maybe.
Camera back on. We get back. Water seems to be setting around 185. Let's focus that in. 185. Charging. We got fuel. And we got oil pressure. Around 50 pounds. Warmed up. Hey, run those turn signals, will you? Yep. Headlights. Yep. Pump them on and off, thank you. Brakes. How about turn signals? Yep. Yep. Alrighty. Alright, we'll get up under the hood. The inner fenders and the firewall were painted to match the inside of the box. Looks nice. The seal along the firewall was changed, upper cowl rather. Not much wear or aging going on. A little chip probably when they put the motor in, bump the firewall there. Sweet, sweet vintage air cleaner. Anybody recognize what that's off of? I'm going to stay quiet for a minute. Upgraded ignition, 302. Aluminum finned valve covers. Headers are in nice shape. The frame was painted. Suspension looks like it's in good shape. Could stand just a little bit of light cosmetic detailing up here. You can see they did it underneath, and they didn't quite get to the detailing up top, but nothing that can't be done with a few afternoons worth of work. Radiator core looks to be in real good shape. Fluid's nice and green. Oil was clean and full, a little higher than the hash mark that's actually cut in the stick. I'm not sure if it's a, the thing is adjusted correctly. Tranny fluid was nice and pink, did not smell burned. Aftermarket power assist brake reservoir and master cylinder. Didn't smell any fuel leaks, didn't see any brake line leaks. Let's climb underneath it now that we've driven it and see what's cooking. Looks like we're in good shape down here. Nothing coming out. Nothing weeping on the front of the pan. Didn't hear any unusual knocking when I started up. Didn't see any unusual smoke. It might have been started up and pulled out before I got here. So, gambling that the engine runs nice. I mean when it's cold, because I didn't witness that. A little bit of shrinkage, just a little bit of imperfections in various locations. A couple chips have been touched up. A little bit of dirt and dust got in the booth, and you can see it beneath the paint surface there. It does have some cosmetic flaws. I'll show you the exploded view here. But looking over the truck as a casual observer would, these are not visible when the hood is closed. Small chip there, small little nick right there. The reflective quality is great. I'm standing back about probably 3.5 feet right now. One really subtle like door ding right here that maybe didn't get worked out. You probably missed that. I don't know if you can even see it. It's hard to even find it again. Here the painter laid off on sanding. A little more orange peel on the side of the box there. Might have went back and reshot this area. Very close in color hue right there. Color looks nice otherwise all the way around the truck. A few small chips and nicks in the top of the running board, some entry wear where your boot heel skipped over it. I almost feel like I'm having to look for things to pick on the truck. I just don't want to miss some of the stuff that the potential buyer wanted to see. That being said, oops, here is the exploded view. These are the flaws outlined for the potential buyer to see. See the things that I saw. That looks like a whole bunch of writing, doesn't it? Looks like, oh my goodness, there is a lot of stuff on this truck. But it's all really minuscule and stuff that mostly people wouldn't even probably notice unless you were a guy that did this for a living, and then you would. The magnetic adhesion was good. Let's take a peek at that. A meter was able to pick up readings down low on the cab corners, down low on the door corners. Here you can get some perspective as to where I'm at. Sides of the box, all steel. Again, fenders, running boards, fenders are all glass. Little bit of filler up here in these door corners on both of them. Wasn't getting a reading down low in the corner, but up 4 inches. Let's go up 5 inches. There we go. 19. What this gauge is helping us decipher is that there's over 30 mils of thickness in the panel surface between steel and the outside finish of paint. The other door corner is similar to this. Running through the interior, I moved that there just so we could get a better view. A small scratch in this vinyl on the door and a very tiny paint chip somewhere along the top edge right there, I believe. Door cording and channels have all been changed. Chrome and the seals on the windows are very nice. This dash trim is original, a little bit of stage 1 patina happening on that, but not bad. There's one small little chip crack in the dash, but nothing too bad. Steering wheel we talked about earlier. Carpets, seats, headliner, they all show very nicely, really nothing to be concerned about. This piece of material is shrinking away from the wall, but it could be because the seat's rubbing on it and pulling it down. That's probably addressable. There's not much else to pick on inside the truck. It's actually a very nice looking color combination and well kept. Wheels and tires, steel wheels have been repainted. They have a few small edge chips. You can see primer surface beneath the paint, that's good. And those hubcaps are brand new. Bias style wide white walls. They seem to hit the road nicely. Lots of tread left on them, not much use. All this trim was replaced. Bumper hardware was all repainted, bumpers were replaced. It's so bright out here, I'm having a hard time seeing my camera. These might have been a few solvent pops. And there's tiny little pinhead-sized dots you can see in the finish there. I think you can. A little bit of finish dotting, shrinkage underneath here and here. Some of the stuff I picked out on the exploded view. But again, it's pretty minimal in nature. There may have been a door edge guard on there. Looks pretty nice. Jason Phillips from Auto Appraise, 800-301-3886 if you need an inspection on a classic car or any style car. These video style pre-purchase inspections, I do them up here in Michigan, northern Ohio, northern Indiana, over into Chicago, and sometimes into Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That's about as far as I can go in a day and back. Thanks for hanging out. It's a great looking truck. I'm in love with this color. All right, have a great day.